Hello traders, welcome to a daily analytical report with Alpari. My name is Tomasz Wiśniewski and I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis. So, what happened today? Not much, really. And we shouldn't expect any fireworks today because, well, the calendar is quite busy, but we don't have any top data which should influence the market. What we are having is a bit of correction of the movements seen from Monday. It's very often. It happens very often that on Friday we have corrections of the movement from the week. So most of those movements are against the short-term and mid-term trend. I don't like trading on Mondays. Maybe the reason is of those different movements against the trend, and I'm a trend follower. I like to go with the trend, and I usually do not trade on Fridays. But obviously, daily analytical report is on, and we'll try to find any decent occasions on the market. I have 5 instruments for you, and after I will show you what's happening on those. We will analyze new instruments from the scratch. So on today's seminar, on today's webinar, I will show you how do I approach analyzing charts from scratch. As soon as I open a chart, what do I do to estimate if the price will go up or down? But before that, obviously, as always, we have to take a look on the calendar. And as we do have Friday, we have to see what we should expect on Monday. Okay, so on Friday, as you can see, we are waiting for personal spending data from United States. So it's nothing significant. Actually, it's not a big deal. What we had CPI from Eurozone, and usually what is very interesting, data from Eurozone is not different from the expectations, but here you can see that the expectations were quite higher and CPI came lower than expected. Also we had GDP from UK, it came worse than expected, but the difference, to be honest with you, is not so big. So let's see next week what we should expect, and only the top data. So on Monday, ISM manufacturing PMI from United States. On Tuesday, interest rate decision from Reserve Bank of Australia. On Wednesday, non-monetary policy ECB meeting. And also speech from Mr. Kuroda, who is a Bank of Japan governor. On Thursday, we do have a start of Donald Trump and Xi Jinping meeting in Florida. They will obviously discuss trade deals, huge trade deficit that the United States have with China. Maybe it will be important for currencies, as Donald Trump most probably will mention that China is having a weak currency and American dollar is too strong, and it makes this trade deficit even bigger in terms of the values in dollars. So it can be important for the currencies. It doesn't have to, but it can be. We don't know because as we know, Donald Trump is a bit unpredictable. And on Friday, what do we have is manufacturing production from Great Britain. We do have non-farm payrolls, right? It's the first Friday of the month, so non-farm payrolls Friday. It will be important because recently we got information that we got some views from Fed members that we should expect more interest rate rises this year. Strong data will support this view, will definitely support this view, but we have to wait for till Friday. Today we're also gonna have a bit of a Fed speak. Let me change the filter. I don't know if it will be mentioned in this calendar. Yes, Kashkari, William Dudley, and also I think we should have one more Fed member speaking today. Let me check which one. Just a second. Here. Okay, we will have Dudley. Where is it? Dudley, Kashkari, and Bullard. 9 a.m. in the morning, Dudley. It's New York time. Probably 10 a.m. Kashkari and 10:30 Bullard. So if we have Dudley here, yeah, Dudley in 1 hour, then Kashkari, and then half an hour later after Kashkari, we will have James Bullard speaking. So we'll see if they will support the view from Rosengreen as a non-voter, but a hawkish non-voter. So we will see if they support his view that we should rise interest rates every other meeting, which should give us 4 rises this year. So that's it from the fundamental point of view. As you can see, not much is happening. But let's see on the charts. So first, euro dollar. You remember our view on euro dollar yesterday, which was bearish. And look what happened. We fall sharply after that. We broke an important support, which now will be the closest resistance. Today we managed to make new lower lows, right? As you can see, lower lows. And we are aiming lows from March. So actually, well, from 15 of March, not March, the previous year. But first, I think we should see a correction here. Not a deep correction, just 30 pips. 30 pips more. Check in on this resistance 10.712, and from this point maybe we can start a downswing. Right, so this is our view on euro dollar. Small correction and a further downswing. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. Here we are telling you that there is a very strong buy signal, very strong. And look, we're having 4 bullish days in a row. Well, so far it looks like we will close this day on a positive side of the market. We obviously still have to wait. But what's happening here is a bullish party. Everything is fine, and the price making higher highs and higher lows. The price above the trend line, both trend lines, short term and long term, above the also above the horizontal neckline here. So we are above all important supports, which makes the situation here definitely bullish. Oh, that being said, let's move to the next instrument, right? There's not much we can add here. The situation is bullish, and the price should continue to go up. Actually, we do have this position on our live trading account. I can even show you, why not? we do have both short positions on euro dollar and a long position on Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. I think euro dollar is yes, is already protected on break-even point. Here we opened this position yesterday, Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. We also opened that yesterday. We could even move our stop loss below today's lows, but let's leave it like it is. Let's switch to our previous account. Okay, yes, Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, everything is clear here. Euro to Australian dollar, we also were bearish yesterday here, and the price managed to break this midterm support. Actually, the decline is very steep, and even if the price will come back above, but you can see that the broken support instantly became a resistance and legitimate resistance, that this price is bouncing from that line. Even that we stay below, we can come back above, and it won't change our bearish outlook on this instrument, because this downswing was very steep, and correction here to this horizontal resistance wouldn't be anything wrong. Let's check Fibos. Even we can go to 38.2, and we should decline further. Why we think that? Well, because this negative sentiment is very strong here, because of this false breakout and because of the price bouncing from the long-term trend line, right? So this activates a short signal. We could actually highlight a flag here. What I'm missing here is a upswing to this line, but anyway, you cannot have everything. Well, sometimes you can, like on Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, where every available sign is showing us a positive sentiment. Maybe to have different colors. Let's have a purple. All right, so we do have this is a flag in a long-term downtrend, so it looks like we will have a continuation of this downtrend. That's a bounce from the long-term downtrend, also a false breakout above the horizontal resistance here. All that together gives us a strong bearish scenario. Last but not least is American dollar to Polish zloty, where we do have a beautiful weekly hammer candlestick formation, right? It's and also, it's not only beautiful, but it's happening on a very important support. Look at that. That is an important support, most definitely, right? We are having line connecting recent higher lows, and we're bouncing from this point. So basically what it is, on a weekly chart, we do have an uptrend, we do have a hammer on a trend line. That is a strong buy signal, and you cannot really discuss with that. If you're having a hammer on a long-term uptrend line, that is a definite buy signal. Right, the potential target for this can be here, so 700 pips higher. We can aim 800 pips more if we're gonna break this line. What we are having here as well is a flag formation in an uptrend. So everything here is showing us a positive side of the market. So actually showing us a possible scenario of buying dollars with Polish zlotys. It looks like dollar will be stronger against Polish zloty. Now, I also do have an oil, so let's show you oil. It's on a different account. So this descending triangle didn't work out. We finally broke the upper line, which we warned about because that buying pressure here on this line was quite big, and it didn't look like the price will want to bounce from this level. So we are having a price advancing higher. We broke a midterm resistance, and now we're aiming a long-term resistance here, right? This long-term resistance, which should play an important role here, and we can expect price bouncing from this resistance and aiming lower afterwards. Okay, let's come back to our previous account and let's do some hard work analyzing charts. Idle, show all. Now we have all the instruments specified for your account. We will start with maybe majors, right? So American dollar to Canadian dollar. I haven't seen that pair for a while. Open a chart window. What do we do is to set your favorite template, and then what I start doing is first looking at the long-term charts. So this is a weekly chart, this is a daily chart. On a daily chart, what do we see is a downtrend and actually a side trend. It also looks like a correction of this downtrend. We are having a very strong horizontal resistance here. Okay, this is long term. Then a bit closer, what do we have here is a bounce from this horizontal resistance, and we do have another side trend. Here is a support, here is a resistance, and here is a support. And that's it. We also can put the trend line, but I don't think it will be relevant, but anyway. Another support. So we are, as you can see, we are exactly in the middle between an important support and a resistance and a side trend. So that is not tradable for me at the moment. Let's go with another instrument. I'm sorry, objects list. Let me just delete all objects here. Okay, New Zealand dollar to American dollar. Again, long-term chart, weekly. On the weekly, we do have a downtrend and a flag correction. So it looks promising. It looks promising for sellers. That is a trend line. Okay. That is a horizontal support here. Okay. We do have also additionally a resistance. This can be considered as a false breakout over the resistance, so that gave a sell signal here. And how it looks like if we have a breakout of this support, that should trigger a long-term downswing here. So actually, my idea would be a pending order here, waiting for an activation. But I'm gonna leave this instrument because the situation is not tradable at the moment, but looks potentially tradable in the future. Another major, American dollar to Swiss franc. Again, daily chart. It does not look good. I mean, it's not bearish, but it does not look good from the technical point of view. What do we have here is ascending triangle formation and the long term on a weekly chart. So we do have quite clear support, which have to adjust here to the current situation. We do, however, also additional this horizontal support here, which was actually broken. Here, these are very big breakouts. I don't like it. Okay, I'm sorry. Here. And it's a kind of flag formation. Like that, for example. Flag or wedge. So what I would like to see here is the price breaking upper line here, and that should trigger a buy signal. So far, no. But also I'm gonna leave it here because the situation here is promising for the future. Next major, American dollar to Japanese yen. Again, we start with a daily chart. Here on a daily chart you can see a typical flag. Here, flag is in an uptrend. Let's check Fibos. 38.2 Fibonacci defended. Was also very important historically, as you can see here. On H4 nothing, but on H1 there will be an inverse head and shoulder formation. Exactly. Alright, here. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is an inverse head and shoulder formation. Let me just change the colors for better visibility. Here, a left shoulder, right shoulder, and a head. And from this point, we should see the price aiming higher. Maybe we'll have a correction here, aiming this level as a closest support. Different color. And this can result with this kind of movement. Yes, it looks alright. Also, I'm gonna leave it here because this setup is promising for the future. What majors do we have more? Obviously, we do have American and we do have cable. But let me find the cable. Yes. Okay, and this is cable, long-term chart, resistance, support, downtrend. Additionally, there is a neckline of this inverse head and shoulder formation, which is not the prettiest one because actually the head should be much deeper than the left shoulder. So it can go both ways, right? You can see here a descending triangle. You can see here, for example, a symmetric triangle. You can see here also an inverse head and shoulder formation. So actually, as long as we stay below the upper line here and the lower, let's adjust that better. Right, this is the closest dynamic support. Resistance, this is the closest dynamic support. As long as we stay below those blue lines, the sentiment in the long term is neutral. In the short term, I would say as well, this is a typical side trend. Not much to do inside of this. We have to wait for the breakout, and also I will leave it here because I like waiting for the breakouts, because I do believe that that can bring good profits. Euro to Japanese yen also is kind of a major pair. Not like American dollar to Japanese yen, but still. So, first daily chart, we do have a downswing, we do have a downtrend, we are below long-term trend line, we are above midterm support, dynamic support. This is a horizontal one here. This is a horizontal resistance. All right. H4, not much here. Let's stay on D1. We can make also a midterm resistance here. As long as we stay below those two lines, there is no buy signal. As long as we stay above that line, there is no sell signal. So that's a side trend here. Do I need it? Not so much for the future, but yes, let's delete that and put British pound to Japanese yen, which is one of the most volatile pairs. Probably many traders love that. It's not a major, but because of the volatility here, because of the large movements here, it's very likable by traders. But from my point of view, I don't see anything interesting on this pair, unfortunately. British pound to Canadian dollar. Yes, here what I would like to show you, it's our signal from a long time ago, from here. This is our signal. Bullish engulfing, double bottom formation, first bottom, second bottom. Second bottom is created by bullish engulfing. And now the price finally, after side trend here, got higher, went significantly higher. So beautiful, beautiful. I like what I'm seeing here. We broke this resistance. This is the next one. This one as well. So as long as we stay above this line, the sentiment is positive, and we should see the price aiming at this resistance here anytime soon. Right, so finally this trading opportunity that we are talking about at the beginning of the year actually is giving money right now. Obviously it wasn't on loss, it never was on loss, it was just on a side trend. But finally the buyers finished with the side trend and started a nice upswing. Okay, and the last, gold, obviously one of my best instruments, best and the most favorite. Why is that? Because we trade on gold and it gives us very good results. So what do we have here is a support, resistance. What do we have here is a descending trend line. What do we have here is a support. What do we have here is a support as well. What do we have here is a resistance. And actually that's it, unfortunately. So gold, I do not see any good trading signals. We are in a side trend of the side trends. In the long term, price here, buy signal, price here, sell signal. So you can see that we are exactly in the middle of those movements. So it's not an interesting, it's not a good place to be, unfortunately, for me. Okay, let's scan the markets. Euro dollar, sell, but possibility of a short correction. Here Buy, sell, but possibility of a short-term correction. Here Buy, waiting, no, here Buy, here waiting, Buy, waiting, right? So that's our view on the market. Thanks very much, guys, for watching Daily Analytical Report. Do remember, please do, that trading and investment in financial markets involves an element of risk. And also, for more great views on the market, for more trading opportunities, visit our Twitter account and our website talpro.news. Thanks very much. And now a short break, and after that a webinar about MetaTrader 4. Thanks and bye.